Hey everyone, this is Alex Milstein. I'm the editor-in-chief of Betting News Now, and this is Bet Ed Now, bite-sized bits of betting industry knowledge. Today, my guest is Dana French. She's the research director for Home News Now, which is Betting News Now's parent company. And we're so excited to have her on the show today to talk about some exclusive research that she did for the Home News Now group. It is called our Consumer Insights Now research. So, a lot of really great stuff in this mattress research. One of the things that sticks out first is that 25% of consumers are going to be looking for a mattress in the second quarter. So,
Mhm.
can you tell me, based on your previous research, is that an increased number? Is that a decrease? Is that kind of normal?
Yeah, so you're correct. In this study, 25% of second half 2024 furniture shoppers say that they plan to buy a mattress for their primary bedroom. That share has been like uniquely consistent throughout all these surveys. I looked back and in our first half of 24, it was 24%. So, right. And then last year for the second half, it was 25%. So the numbers looking and shopping for a mattress have been very consistent throughout.
Yeah. Now, do you think there's a reason behind that? Is it just because mattresses are something that everybody needs at some point?
Yeah, I think it's such an important product, right? We know that. And, there's always going to be folks in the market to buy. So whether it's a new or if they're replacing, but yeah, it's just a very, very important product.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Awesome. So the next piece I want to look at, the fact that 7 out of 10 consumers are looking more at quality than price feels kind of different than how it used to be. I think that focus on health and wellness has kind of changed the product a little bit. And then add to that that 7 out of 10 also plan to buy a mattress in store rather than online. So
Mhm.
can you explain some of the opportunities, I guess, that this presents for the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So that quality question, that was a new question that we added this time. And we have that quality data point on several categories in addition to the mattresses. But yeah, I thought that number was a little bit high as well. But right, so the question was, as you plan to buy, are you willing to pay more for quality or are you shopping mostly on price? Of course, this is for the primary bedroom. So it's, the most important mattress in the house to folks. And you're right, 7 out of 10 said that they're willing to pay more for quality. And it was the majority paying for quality with all age groups as well as income levels, but highest for the older Gen X and baby boomers and highest income, 100,000 or more. So the little bit older have a little bit more money in their pocket, right? They're more willing to pay for quality. The data also kind of dives into what that means. What does quality mean? So, that's all the way from kind of the table stakes of comfort and support. Temperature regulation was one of the items for quality, durability, then that health and wellness connection that I know we're going to talk about in a second popped up too. The
Mhm.
quality materials and the brand and a warranty. So all of those things together kind of equal quality in the
Yeah,
shopper's mind.
that's very interesting. Yeah, very useful as well.
As far as the in-store, yeah, so you're right. 71% said they plan to purchase in-store. That's a fairly consistent number too. And, we know, and the main reason why it kind of leans towards in-store rather than online is folks want to lay down on that mattress. They want to sit on it. They want to try it out. So that's why it's super big advantage to in-store retailers there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Speaking of, millennials, baby boomers, Gen Z, I think
Mhm.
millennial has been kind of a buzzword in the industry recently, but
Yeah.
Gen X is really the next generation with the most money overall. So do you think that they're kind of the forgotten generation, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's how they're kind of tagged. And, full disclosure, I am a proud member of Generation X. So I have a little personal experience there, but
Hmm.
yeah, so Gen Xers, 30% of Gen Xers are going to buy a mattress, and that is the largest share. So they are the most likely to be in the market. And when you kind of dig into the data a little bit, most shoppers are replacing a mattress. So more than likely, those Gen Xers are looking to replace something that they've owned for a while. So it's time for a new and upgrade as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I don't know if we've looked at this in the research, but I would also bet that they're probably the biggest consumer group in the market for like a guest bed as well.
Yeah, we do have that. Actually, older millennials are number one
Oh,
for
okay.
guest bedroom, but it's very consistent for guest bedrooms.
Okay, nice. Glad we covered that. So now we're gonna go back to that health and wellness trend and talk about, the support and pressure relief that tops the list of features that consumers are willing to pay the most for. So tell me a
Mhm.
little bit about those numbers and that part of the study.
Yeah, yeah. So good news, 98%, very high number of shoppers agree that support is important in a mattress, but you're correct, 72. So the overwhelming majority there are willing to pay more for that. And you're right, it really does tie in with that health and wellness because the data shows too that folks understand the connection between, improving your health, best good night's sleep, all of that for health and wellness. They understand that and they're really tying that to the mattress. So huge opportunities for the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is one consistent thing that I've heard from successful retailers is that they're not focusing on the sale as much, they're focusing on the person and their needs.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's a very
Wonderful.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So higher income households are kind of in the know about the importance of sleep and its relation to wellness. Does this present an opportunity for retailers to educate, large portion of those middle and lower class consumers?
Yeah, I think it does. Consistently throughout this entire report, you're right that it's a little bit older consumers and higher incomes are realizing all of the connections there. So, absolute opportunity for lower incomes as well as younger shoppers of just how important the quality of night's sleep is.
I'm glad the education is working
Yeah,
in that
yeah, for
regard.
sure.
Yeah. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is financing. There was a disparity in there between the percentage who pay in full versus those who pay monthly or use financing. And I'd love it if you can kind of go through those numbers and, highlight that disparity a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot of confusion around financing. We have tried to ask this question different ways over the last 3 years. So, one data point is that 46% of mattress shoppers say that they're very or somewhat likely to use the 0% APR financing or deferred right interest payment promotions. So, nearly half. That's really consistent for all generations except for baby boomers. And then when you ask about if they're going to pay in full or, are they going to use a credit card, the answers kind of don't completely jive with the financing. So I
Mhm.
think there's a misunderstanding of what the financing is. And I believe in the paying in full at time of purchase. Folks are considering if they are financing it to them, it's they've paid the retailer in full. You,
Mhm.
you see what I mean? So I
Okay.
think it's a little bit of semantics, but the data point that's most important and the one really to focus on is that 46% who say they're likely to use the 0% financing options.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's the good number. And, hopefully that's rising because it really is a better way, especially during times of inflation and everything, to help the customer out and show them that they can make this purchase.
Definitely. And consumers really have been squeezed with inflation. It's a great option for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Well, I encourage everybody to check out the rest of this research. Dana, you did a really great job with all of it. We're really glad to have you and
Yeah.
have all of this really useful information, really. So thanks for taking the time today.
Yeah. Thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.